Welcome to the Monday Morning Wake Up Call with your host, Carrie Ramage, managing broker at Remax Elite, and Heather Holliday, your social marketing nut, talking about hottest real estate topics with a little weekly activity and motivation for the week. Good morning and happy Monday.
Good morning. Good morning. It's another, well, it's not another beautiful Monday in sunny Florida. It is overcast and rainy and yucky.
We're having a whole week of sun, even though the high may be only 50, but I'll take the sun. Usually February is when it rains every day and it's cold and it's like, okay, nope, time to go to Florida.
Exactly.
I don't mind the cold in December and into January because it's kind of festive, but when that's over, I'm done. Enough.
Well, the past week and a half has been just overcast and a little bit chilly, so that stinks, but it's okay.
And it's the first Monday of February.
Yes.
So what we're doing a little something different. So the first Monday of every month, we're bringing in an aspect of our business planning, which I thought that's kind of cool because I think you had got that from Lee Brown. Just
maybe.
Instead of just, 1 month of business planning, incorporating a little bit throughout the year. So that's what we're doing.
Right.
Just every month, the first Monday of every month, we're going to bring in some sort of an aspect of our business planning, things to talk about. And it's always good because it's a reminder to go back to the business planning. And I'm sure you might have seen the post, and it was so funny. It was a memory, and it was the first vision board we did for our business planning in 2018. So
I saw it.
And really, it was a photo of my office of 100 boxes of Thin Mints. And so the post was like, crap, on the day I forget my lunch, this shows up. But as I was going to post that part of the memory, I saw the vision board, which was showcased, so I see it every day. And as I'm looking at that, I realized that was the first time I had ever done vision boarding, because I remember I thought, oh, this is a little, elementary, and, wasn't sure how that was going to fly over.
Completely. I was right there with you. I was like, I can't believe we're about to do this. And it was the part that everybody loved the most. And I remember there was a male agent who was like, he was just going to sit there and not do anything during that.
I remember.
And next thing you know, 20 minutes in, he's got the scissors and the glue out.
Yeah, I remember that. But it's just weird looking at that board, even though, I've been doing business plan as long as I can remember. But I think it was that visual aspect of everything, because everything changed that year for me.
Right.
I had my 20 year. I remember doing part of that exercise at a Tom Ferry event, and the Smoky Mountains since 96, my first time visiting. I said, this will one day be home, because It was just something I was always drawn to. And, we've been going on vacation at least once a year up here, but it's just so weird. Everything.
So that kind of gives me an idea here. So we always ask everybody, tell us where you're tuning in from, but how about everybody let us know if you have a place you want to not necessarily retire to, but I'll just say retire to, or have a second home in, or another place other than where you're living that you'd like to call your home. Let us know where that is.
Like a second home, or for us, it was just where we vacation and
Sorry, y'all. Okay.
It's horrible when you're opposite. Believe me.
I know.
Messed mine all up. There was only one piece, and I totally did that all wrong. But I just found that fascinating, and I know we do And for me, the vision board is really what ties that whole business. So if you haven't done your vision board, it's super easy. You can go onto Canva. There's templates. We have blog on our website, the MondayMorningWakeUpCall.com. Definitely do that. And for me, that was cool to see that. I love Facebook memories for that purpose right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And really, I was going to post something totally different until I like zoomed in and saw that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy how everything that year was the year I ended up moving up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I never, to me, it was a retirement thing because I was like, it'll just never happen. It's been 20 years I've been trying to do this.
And then you put it on your vision board and it happens. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, it is the thing that people seem to like the most. And now we are doing it digitally, which is even more fun because you have like the world is your oyster, so to speak. So my friend Jamie, who is originally from St. Petersburg but lives down in Coconut Creek, he'd like to have his second home. I think he's there, or at least I saw over the weekend he was at the Hillsborough Lighthouse. So clearly he wants to retire to where he grew up, which is a beautiful part of the state, I think. Although I do prefer the East Coast, I do prefer the ocean, St. Petersburg area. I spent one.
The water's so pretty on the West Coast, though.
It really is. I spent one summer with his mother-in-law 30 years ago because I was taking a class over there, and I would spend the weekends over there, and I loved my time over there. But yeah, and the market's super hot. It's super hot here as well. It's crazy
everywhere. So. It's insane. I thought I was going to be an empty nester, but I'm like, my goodness, like just a rental for the kids. Like they can't afford that crap.
Right.
So I'm
yeah, I know.
Well, okay, that's not happening anytime soon, I don't think.
It's crazy. I remember my first apartment in Gainesville was $250 a month.
That's what I was, but it was interesting. And I know that they probably have this here. I believe they do for UT is they did the matchmaking for roommates.
Yeah. We didn't have that in the dark ages when I was in college, but they do that now. And I'm sure they do that at UT. So you're renting an apartment and they're matchmaking you with someone else.
I had great roommates. So I really wasn't, they really did a good job with that because I wasn't in a party,
A party, yeah. So, well, and just so you know, Heather, my college roommate was my friend Mary, who lives in Austin, who you got to meet when we were in Austin for Broker Owner Conference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of fun.
We had lots of fun. Yeah. I think we told you some of those stories.
We were all super boring, but
yeah. So anyway,
it was good because there were like the party, little
the party people got together with them. Yeah. Yeah.
And they did good. And that does bring the cost down, but it's quite interesting. But yeah. Not quite sure I'm going to be an empty nester anytime soon. Having roommate. Yes.
Right.
Well, I think we always did. It's just, I think you learn a lot about living with other people. And then I think they'll finally understand when we get mad when they eat something that we brought and they don't let us know.
When they're eating our leftovers, say, yeah.
Leftovers is fine because Hunter, he's like the garbage disposal. He eats all the leftovers and Leo doesn't really eat them. But it's like if I buy me ice cream and I'm really good, like I'll buy a tub for everybody. So they each have their own. But like Leo, like the kid, they'll all eat their tub in like 2 days max. Whereas me, I have 3 little spoonfuls and that's all I need. So mine lasts a month. And then they'll go and eat it and finish it. And I think I'm going to have mine and they eat, and it's gone. So I think until they get roommates, they won't understand why I get upset about that until it happens to them.
Right. True. So today we're going to talk about a social media website checkup. And we tell everybody every year you need to go through and do this. Are you being a secret agent? Have you updated your social platforms and your website? This is a huge pet peeve of Heather's. Huge.
It is, and a lot of it, on the side, I do a lot of websites, and of course, to try to make sure I get all the agents' information, I'm always, Googling them and trying to find what what their Remax profile, what their Zillow profile, all these different profiles, and it blows me away, even on their email signature. If the links, they have the icons for all the social, but then they don't realize, like, maybe they change the name of maybe their Instagram or their Facebook page. Well,
Right.
and so they change that name, but they forget to change the link that where it's going. So now it just goes to a broken page. And a lot of times, whether someone, switches companies, it blows my mind how many times, like especially LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably, and I get it because I get nothing but spam on LinkedIn. It's my least favorite place. I know
Right.
there's
So
a
you
lot that
forget
we can
so
do
you
with
forget
it.
to do that. But LinkedIn is like the businessy one, right? So
Yes, it's very, but it's like I get
oh yeah,
nothing but
look, I was
spam.
cleaning out my LinkedIn this morning because I do a post on LinkedIn every Monday, if I remember. And I was cleaning out my, friend requests or however they call that on LinkedIn. And it was all marketing people. Let me help market.
Marketing, mortgage, and it's like then you get all these messages, or I can do this. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so not like relationshipy. It's very salesy,
Yeah.
scammy, not scammy, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just my
But
least favorite. But you
regardless,
still need your correct information.
yeah, if you're having it out there, you need to have your information correct. I mean, the first tool we use as agents is your MLS. So when are you making sure your MLS profile is correct and you have your website link in there?
Uh,
That's important. Do you have
it's
the
and
correct
I see
telephone
that
numbers?
all the time, and that's a lot of times people change website platforms or whatnot, and it's just not something you think about. So I know we're always like at least once a year to go and make sure all these profiles are correct. And it's definitely a pet peeve only because I feel, on your Facebook, if you do have a business page and it's not linked as your work on your personal profile, I feel that's like missed opportunities. Um, or you don't have your phone number or your website or something on your personal. Um, because now I can't, if I get agents that ask me if I know an agent all over the place, and I probably do. I'm going to go to their profile on Facebook because that's usually where I'll know them from. If your information's not there, I'm going to the next person. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want to have to sit there and do research to find you. Like, make it accessible. If you're on a platform, just make sure. Why wouldn't you want your website on there unless you're trying to be a secret agent?
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And even just back to the MLS thing, there a lot of agents don't have their cell phone number in the MLS. So we'll get phone calls over the weekend and those just come to me via email. So I have to check my email to be able to forward those phone calls. And wouldn't you rather have the phone calls go directly to your cell phone? I mean,
I
it's
mean, it
simple.
only makes sense, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
it's also, I mean, not only that, but you're doing the printouts. That's what you're giving the people you're working with. So
yeah,
why wouldn't you want your information right there in their face? And for
exactly.
other agents, of course. But so yes, it's a huge pet peeve because I find broken links all over the place, and it just blows my mind. I mean, you're an agent. You're in business for yourself, not by yourself. I mean, and that's kind of like business 101, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. And everywhere you can have a bio, do you have a bio? And is it the same bio so that if people find you in different places, they're connecting you to being the same person, right? So, if they might find me on Zillow, say, or then on Instagram, say, are they sure I'm the same person? Or are they like, oh, is there more than one Carrie Ramage, and is the other one in Nebraska, not Florida? So make sure your bios are complete.
And of course, some you can have super long ones. Some, like Instagram, you only are limited so many characters. But just make sure that you have what you do, where you service, just little key points on different things that you can do for those bios, and just make sure that your website's listed on all the bios, your other social profiles that you're actually on are on all of those. Make it as easy as possible for someone to find you on the platform they're comfortable with. But if
Right.
you're not on LinkedIn, you're not posting anything, you don't want to use it, then maybe not have that. But a lot of people do. And then it goes and it has the different company. It doesn't have your bio. You're lucky to have a cover. Probably
Right.
not. Which is super easy. You probably have a picture of wherever you're at. Just use that. It doesn't have to be all fancy or anything, but just something. And definitely making sure, if you're going to be on social, stop being a secret agent and make your information out there. So many don't have if they have a business page, it's not linked to their personal. And to me, that's super easy to gain more followers on the business, because that's not as easy as it was 10 years ago when it kind of first came out. It was super easy to gain all these likes and attraction and engagement. It's not that way anymore, but make it super easy for people to be able to find you wherever they're comfortable and find your business. And I just feel there's a lot of lost opportunities by not
Yes.
doing that kind of stuff.
And make sure that the areas that you service are listed on all of those spots, on your website, on Zillow, where you can do a free bio, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Google even, or on realtor.com, on if you are members of other things, like I'm a member of WCR, Women's Council of Realtors, make sure that bio is up to date and has all your information. And I've said this before, I got great referrals this past year from WCR, because that's where people met me, because I had everything listed. And I keep creating this list every year of all the places that I need to update, because I'm also a CRS, so I need to update CRS. I'm also an ePro, I need to update ePro. Anything where you're a member of and you have a profile that shows, you need your name, the service areas you work, your phone number, your website, your
Your
email.
updated photo, because I see a lot of that too, where you can definitely tell somebody's not really on a platform because they're using like this pixelated old photo of them, which isn't the same as the nice,
And
professional one they have everywhere else.
we usually make up fun of the women for that. But I met a guy, I was out at a restaurant with a couple of other agents from different offices the other day, and he stopped by to say hello, and I had never met him in person, and his hair was completely gray. That's not what his profile photo looks like.
Yeah, try to make it look like you. Although it used to be super hard for you because you used to change your hair color all the time.
Well, and I still have some photos out there with the red hair, and I need to fix those and change them to the non-red hair. So I know I was thinking about that the other day, and I thought, oh gosh, maybe I should just stick to a hairstyle and a color for a while.
Well, you
Yeah.
could always go into there's editing where you can kind of add shades of whatever.
Okay.
It's not 100% perfect. I did try that. What would I look like with super blonde or going back to red? Whatever. Yeah, I'm just the same old. So I do have some cheat sheets I thought maybe I could share that may just kind of help here. So the website, I would just say, make sure you have a custom domain, because that way you have control over your marketing. It's what's listed on anything that you print. If you have your own custom domain, you get to decide what platform you want that domain to be to. And I know as professionals, there's not a one size fits all platform. Maybe you're with one right now, but as you grow, you may need to go to something else. But if you have your own domain that you have full control over, you don't have to change your signs. You don't have to change your business cards. You don't have to do that just because you change a platform. It's completely worth it. It's like $14 a year or something. I've had my son, because his name will stay the same, I bought him his name domain when he was 10. He's 21. Like, he can do whatever he wants with it. I don't know. Yes, I'm a nerd when it comes to, I have a ton of domains.
Right.
You know, how often do you update your site? Make sure you go to your website, make sure you're checking the links that are everywhere else. What does your website have? Does it have local resources, links, area information? It can become a complete hub. We'll go to the next one because I could spend hours on just your website, but custom domain for your marketing, super huge. That's what I think.
Yep.
Facebook, just like I said, make sure that your personal accounts link to your business page. Make sure it has like a call to action. You can have learn more, buy now, whatever. So that goes over to your website. That's right underneath of your header, or it could even have a call button, a message button. You can add that right there on your business page showing under your cover. Maybe you add that call to action on your cover photo itself. You could use Canva, super easy to do. And I would just say use stories, reels, whatever it is, use those a lot. I am blown away just starting to learn reels, and I'm not in them yet. I am working on that.
What is reels? What is reels on Facebook?
Yeah. So reels, and it's like the whole Instagram, Facebook, it's all kind of linked. So I can put those over there as well. Mostly I think I see them on Instagram because it shows up in there, but when I'm on Facebook, that's when I see them all the time.
Are reels and stories the same thing, or are they different?
No, totally different.
Okay.
Totally different. But so reels is kind of like more like the movie. It's very more TikTok-y. So reels is like the TikTok versus, and use stories. Stories are great too. Stay tuned. I'm trying to figure out the whole reels thing. It kind of freaks me out that it gets so many views from people I don't know. So I have such a hard time with that because like my Instagram, I don't use all the hashtags because it's just for me personally. It's more like my photo album of my life, I guess. So I don't really care about follows, and because it's not like I'm trying, I'm not like you guys trying to get business.
Right. Gotcha.
So, but it freaks me out when I get, like 400 people are liking a reel and I don't know who they are. I don't know. It just freaks me out a little bit, but I'll have to get over it because I'm learning it. It's all good.
Yeah, there you go.
Instagram, just like we said, your username, your profile, maybe put some highlights. And I know, Carrie, you're working on that. I'm happy to make those. They have a template in Canva. I just updated the ones for my little GP thing. Make sure, showcase those. That's basically a story that you can save, and it's under highlights. So you could have one for reviews. You could have one for listings, for solds, for whatever it is. You could have these cool little bubbles that go across, and you can make those look really cute. And it's basically a story that doesn't disappear in 24 hours. It's like you get to save it. And those are also awesome. So let's see here. Let's see, lots of cool. And this is all on our website, on the blog that we have.
So this is funny. I was cleaning out, my phone, and I was looking at my notepads and stuff. And the other day, I found all my hashtags from the last R4, not the Orlando R4, but the Vegas R4. And I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, those are all my hashtags.
That's like a saving grace for me.
Yeah.
Is putting all the hashtags inside of my notes. So like, obviously, any like the office I just have like a full set, but I also have it for like month of miracles or miracle properties or something like that. So that'd be completely different. And then I have one for my Jeep, and I have one for my dogs, and I have one for me personally. Like, notes are a huge time saver for me because I think by using the hashtags, by following different hashtags, it gives you a completely different feed, especially on Instagram. So definitely, if you're looking to get more visibility, check out hashtags, whether you have your own personal, but also, like with Remax, I always use all the strong Remax hashtags because people follow those, and it's going to give you more visibility.
Mm-hmm.
And local too. So make sure to check out what the local ones are. YouTube. Oh, I love YouTube. It blows my mind. Because you don't have to, just because you don't do videos, maybe you do one or two or something like that, you can still have a beautiful YouTube channel by creating a playlist and then going to like another channel. So for example, like I would use Remax's channel. So Remax has all, the National Housing Report videos every month. They have a ton of different, tutorials for the different stuff that we have, or keynote speakers. They also have a ton of like seller videos. So I have a playlist for each of those, and I just go to their channel, add those videos to my playlist, and now I can showcase them on my channel, and it doesn't look empty like I only have one video. And I even did a video using Canva. I used the YouTube thumbnail, so it's a huge size. I went to Elements, to videos, and I was able to find a ton of videos by just doing a search for like Cocoa Beach or the Rocket.
Brad Coons, who never comes to our Melbourne office, is acting.
Who's that?
Brad Coons. He's acting a window.
So I actually was able to do a full-on different video by just using the Elements videos inside of Canva. I couldn't believe they had the rocket launches. They had a ton of Cocoa Beach, Melbourne Beach, all of that. So I just went and did that. Canva Create. I just saved it as MP4, uploaded it to YouTube. Bam! Now I have a video of my area. Hello.
Wow.
So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I love YouTube. And of course, if you ever have any questions on YouTube, you know how to find me. And what, I do all the tracking for our website, and I like to know where people are coming from.
Right.
YouTube right now, besides Facebook, is my number two. Why people are, the reason why people that are coming to our website. So it's worth doing it. Even if you don't do videos, you should do, some videos, but check that out. We have lots of tips. LinkedIn, of course, my least favorite, but you're going to be out there. Make sure that your profile everywhere is just complete. Make sure your website link works. And if you don't have a blog, LinkedIn, amazing. You can do an article onto LinkedIn, and I will tell you the visibility is insane. So definitely think about that as you're if you don't have a blog platform, you can do one right inside of LinkedIn, and it'll get a ton of views. It always kind of blows my mind how many people actually, read them, and the engagement I get when I actually do an article inside of LinkedIn, not sharing to another place, but actually putting the content and graphic inside of LinkedIn. So that's, if you don't have a website that allows you to blog, try LinkedIn if you want to post some interesting stuff.
I'm taking notes for myself right now because I'm like, I need to go through, and there's always ones that I forget. So I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
And then just your online profiles. Wherever you are, just like we said, wherever you have a profile, make sure your headshot is up to date, your website, your brokerage, your bio with the cities you serve, all of that needs to be on all of that. So Google yourself. I like to go incognito, put in your name, see what pops up. Hopefully you don't have issues like I do with Heather Holiday, and all of your social says at Heather Swallows. That, trying to get on that first page is always tough, but Google Academy had a good time with my profile. Go to brandyourself.com. It will allow you to kind of enter your information. It's going to do a full search on the internet and tell you, is this you? Is it positive? I can say it'll tell you shouldn't be taking pictures of yourself with solo cups, because we know what goes in those cups. So it's kind of funny, but it'll actually grade you, and it'll give you tips. You can pay for it, but you can get all of that information for free. So check out brandyourself.com. It's one of my favorites. I did do the paid version for a little bit, and it helped me write my bios. And I never thought about writing them in the third person, but it was, for me, my name, because of the other Heather Holiday, who has a lot of photos and videos of her swallowing swords without any clothes on, really.
Right.
My name was really big, and writing all of my bios in third person allows my name to be inside of my bio multiple times, which helps with that search engine optimization. So that was something I never really had considered, and I thought it probably looked a little odd, but the reasoning why completely made sense. And for me, I needed that. So if you have like an awkward name and you don't have to worry about that, but if you have a popular name, maybe something to think about in writing it in that third person place.
Right. And I actually went to Fiverr recently and had somebody write my bio for me. And
How
then
did that go? I've never
it
had.
it went okay. I think I'm going to try another person. I think I'm going to give them what I ultimately did is I then took it and changed it or added stuff or moved stuff around for different purposes. So it gave me a long thing with probably more than I really wanted. But I sent her like pages and pages of just, here's my bio here, here's my thing here, here's what I do here, here's, and then she sent me a questionnaire that I filled in and she wrote it from there.
That's good. Yeah, because I'm a visual. I'm a horrible writer, and it was always good because Justin's like, could write a book out of one question.
Right.
So it's like the perfect little thing going on there. But but I'm horrible at writing. Horrible. So I don't know that I ever really changed my bio. I may tweak it. I think you tweaked it for me.
Yep.
For business planning and stuff like that. Yeah, because that's my least favorite thing. But we're always saying, if you're not good at something, you have to learn how to delegate so you can focus on other things.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. I mean, if it's not in your wheelhouse and you need help doing it, get someone else to do it for you,
Yep.
That's for sure.
100%. So what is our weekly activity?
I moved my screen, so you got to wait. Hang on. Pay attention to the people in your life this week. Send a card, and we're always talking about send cards, but this week, send cards to at least 5 people you love, and think about how much you will make their day by doing that. I mean, just think about it.
With Valentine's Day coming up. I mean, how nice it is just to get a little personal note card, not businessy with your business card and branded, just a simple note card. Just letting someone you love just know.
Things don't always need to be branded. People know who you are and what you do. Not people in the internet world. They don't. That's why you need to keep your bios up to date. But if you're handwriting a card to someone they know who you are. They know what you do. I'll tell you, an agent in our office sent me a handwritten note a week and a half ago. She probably sent it longer than that, but I don't check my mail very often. And it was just really nice to get that card. It just was,
because we just don't get those. I don't know. We just don't. It's just out of the norm anymore. And it's so simple. And yes, just like Tracy said, it's old school. Yeah. And it's like a no-brainer.
And just as a point of reference, when, people say, oh, I'm too busy, I have too much going on, blah, 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 blah. The agent that sent me this card is our top producer. There's nobody busier than her. She's doing, I'm not even going to say how much, but a lot of business every year. And if she has the time to sit down and write me a card, we all do. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah.
No, but it is true. And it's just something that it's all about time management. And these are important. It's super important.
So what are our words of wisdom and motivation for this week?
When it's tough, will you give up or will you be relentless? By Jeff Bezos. I like that. And that was because I don't want you to give up, doing these note cards. Be relentless and saying, and I think that's more for me because last year it was on my to-do list. The year before that it was on my to-do list, and I've had these box of cards. And so I need to be relentless. This is super important and I have to do it. So I think that was more for me than everybody else, but hopefully we'll be okay with it too. Because it annoys me that I have all this stuff. I ordered all these custom cards. I have all these other cards, and I know.
I think I should. I have my box back here.
I don't even know. Luckily, I think I got forever stamps, forever ago.
I ordered cards with just with my name on it. Little note cards. I ordered them for my mom too. So those just have my initials. I thought they were cute.
So important. But yeah, so that's the activity for the week. And of course the quote is more for me, but hopefully it'd be good for everybody. We have some great Soj coming up, and Is Valentine's next Monday?
It is indeed.
Ooh. Interesting. Oh, have to find some heart glasses or something. We have to do some Amazon. So I guess we'll be Valentine's together next Monday. But until then, wake up, kick ass, and repeat. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.